I started this audio diary as a part of my healing process, a sort of self therapy. And even though it's only been a few months, I feel it already has done wonders for me. It can be paralyzing to be haunted by your thoughts day in, day out, and to have no idea how to get rid of them. One day I just started writing, and pretty fast I noticed more calmness in my head and body. For me, writing everything down and reading my words after is a good way to dissociate from myself. Although the whole purpose is to find myself again and get closer to the true me, I think it's good to begin with this separation. Bit by bit, you tear apart the person you thought you were and discover little or big new things. Whenever I read or listen to my diary, I become this outsider with another objective look on the content, and that's where the power lies within for me. It can be confusing and confronting, but I really believe I need this. It's not the easiest road because I choose to withhold nothing and even share all my inner thoughts with the world, but I guess that's what desperation can do to you. Lately I've been struggling with this new sensation that can be quite overpowering as well. I've been so preoccupied with my anxiety and how to live life with that, which is of course a good thing, but sometimes it can let you lose sight of other aspects. The last week, or maybe even longer, I've been experiencing a lot of anger and frustration, and I'm only just starting to grasp where it's coming from. When you are in the same process as I am now, you actually become a very egocentric and selfish person. You don't always have the energy to show up for the people in your surroundings, and that's the reason why a lot of us lose people who were once close to us. And although that can be very painful, I believe it's a fact you can't prevent from happening. I know I sound very negative, but that's just the way it is. You can't have everything, and sometimes you need to lose certain things to eventually win in life. I've talked a few times about the loneliness I felt all my life and how I got to this place where I don't feel like that anymore. I actually think I was wrong. It is true that I no longer feel incomplete because I don't have or need another person to make me whole. But I also found out for myself that loneliness not only stems from a lack of love or people in your life. Sometimes the realization of being enough on your own can create a different kind of solitude. You undergo a lot of changes and get a totally new view on life, and those sudden differences can cause a state of shock for you or your environment. I'm not claiming that I reinvented the wheel, but I do feel like I woke up while everyone around me is still asleep, like I saw the light while the rest of them resides in darkness. Although such statements sound very arrogant, that would also mean I'm talking about me being right opposed to the rest of the world being wrong, and that's not the point I'm trying to make, because it's not about being right or wrong, but all about the alignment. If you live your whole life with certain beliefs and values, and you create an entire persona around them, it's only natural you go into shock when everything crashes down overnight. The relationships you have formed based on the old you don't make sense anymore. The conversations you used to have seem useless now. You start to feel like an alien in a place you called home for so long. I think the reason I'm feeling so frustrated lately is because I'm still figuring out how to move around in this new world. Or better said, how to move around in the old world, but as a new me. It's a personal quest that I chose to take up myself, but I have to keep in mind that the individuals around me didn't make the same choice, or even have the need to. There are times I get confronted with a thin line between loving or respecting myself by setting boundaries, and coming across as a conceited person, but honestly I prefer that over the self-loathing any day. It's a hard struggle with a lot of bumps on the road, but at this very moment I still think it's worth it. I might feel alone in my ongoing journey, but it feels 100 times better than the loneliness I felt when I was faking everything in a crowded room. We only have this one short life, and by doing this I hope to give myself some happy years in the future, filled with love and peace of mind. It would be a nice change after spending dozens of years convinced I need to adjust to everything and everyone around me just to feel good enough. Being fed up with everything changed my life, and if this means I will be a solo traveler for all the time I have left on this planet, so be it. But since I am a firm believer in the laws of life, I'm not too concerned. Seeing and loving your own worth will attract people who do the same.